Hello everyone, this is Paloma, your PMP coach. Today I'm going to be talking about the critical path method with an example. Here's the problem that we're going to tackle today. There's 3 questions that I'm given. What's the project duration? What's the critical path? What's the float of E? So the first thing here to understand is that the critical path, by definition, is the minimum duration of a project, which is the longest path in the network diagram. So I really need to find the longest path to know my critical path, which will be my project duration. So that means that I would knock down question 1 and 2 all at once. So let's find that critical path, because that's really what the project duration is going to be. So in order to do that, what I need to do first is list all possible paths through the network. And then I'm going to add the durations for each of those paths. I like to do that in the 2-step process. I know it's very simple if you think about it, but I want my brain to work one item at a time, so it can get confusing. So I'm going to first list all the possible paths, and then I'm going to add those durations separately. So let's go through it. The first path I see is ABEIJ. Second one is ABEGJ. The third one is ABFGJ. The fourth one is ACDGJ. And the fifth one is ACDHJ. You see I'm going from left to right, top to bottom. So I covered everything just by following those arrows. I have 5 different paths that I've identified. And I list them all as I go through them. Now I can move on to finding the durations for each of those paths. The first one, ABEIJ, I'm going to add up those durations that I have in the boxes. So it's 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 5 plus 3. That's 23. And I do the same for each of the other paths that I found. Now out of this, I know that the longest path is the start ABEGJ finish with 24 days duration. So really that's my critical path. And so that tackles question 1 and 2, because my critical path is the longest path in my project, which will define my project duration. Now let's look at question number 3. When I get a question related to float, I tend to think I'm going to have to do the forward and backward pass. And that is actually a valid answer. But do I really need to do that? Because that takes time. It's a lengthy process. And I can, miss something and have to check my numbers. So do I really want to go that route? In this case, if I actually find that activity E falls in that critical path, then I actually don't have to do the forward and backward pass. So let's recall, in the previous slide, I found that ABEGJ is really my critical path. And E actually falls in that path. So I'm actually pretty lucky here. Since E falls in that path, then I can conclude that the float of E is 0. I won't have to do any forward and backward pass, and I can rest assured that if I were to do that, that float of E will be 0. It's that easy. If you have any comments, please put them at the bottom of the video, and let me know if you'd like to see any further videos. I will follow up with another video that has a more in-depth problem where we will do a forward and backward pass. But for now, we're done with this problem. Thank you.